Hi, dear friends of Philipp von Rosen Gallery. Today I'm pleased to introduce you to Arcangelo Sassolino's exhibition Lanciare, Throwing Air, which we are finally allowed to show. I have to do so talking really quick, because soon there will be a storm coming up. Not only a light breeze, like the one we are currently experiencing, but a veritable storm, I can tell you. And we will be right in the eye of the storm.
Okay, now that we have weathered the storm, I would like to explain to you what this machine is and why Arcangelo Sassolino was interested in developing it as a new form of sculpture. The title of the machine is Il vuoto senza misura, and that phrase can be translated to the mighty void. Basically, this is just a gigantic, or at least very large fan. Fans like this are used in autobahn tunnels. They provide fresh air for the people who drive through the tunnel, and they blow out the bad air produced by the cars that use the tunnel. We are thus talking about an industrial product that can be acquired more or less just like this. Modifications that have been applied to the industrial product concern A. The base on which the fan has been placed, as well as the fence that protects us from being instantly transferred from living creatures to minced meat when we come too close. B, the color, because these ventilators normally are not coated in bright yellow. This yellow alludes to a phrase that the famous US-American earth artist Walter de Maria coined when he created a painting with the title, "Yellow painting the color men choose when they attack the earth," quote stop. Even though the yellow to which de Maria referred was the color of earth-moving machines and not air-moving machines, these machines are somewhat comparable by being both really big and powerful. And C, the third modification, is a stainless steel cover for the axis on the backside of the fan that Sassolino invented and placed there for aesthetic reasons, and you have seen that before when we walked around. Il mostro, as one can also say. And this is it. All the rest is as delivered when we happen to order a fan for a tunnel. The objet trouvé, this ready-made, is confronting us with the action of the machine, its performance, and thus with the air it produces, the mighty physicality of precisely the invisible matter that we experience and endure, and that we also depend on. It is a performative sculpture as experience, and not primarily a visually perceived object that we might circle and see in its various physical forms. By subjecting us to such an immersive sculpture, Sassolino continues what artists such as Richard Serra or Tony Smith have begun in the 1960s. That is, create a spatial physical experience of sculpture that seems so monumental or so threatening that we as recipients lose our distance, virtually become absorbed in the sculpture and its perception. Sassolino pushes, however, the envelope even further by actually enabling an experience that is felt with the whole body, forcing indeed our physical engagement, even resistance. The wind makes us aware not only of the air itself, but also of how vital it is, how dependent we are on it, especially today, when it is particularly clear that a single breath can be precious, or, if you inhale the wrong particles or aerosols, dangerous. Deploying the wind generated by the fan, as well as dust and dirt from his studio, or bird feathers, or leaves fallen from trees around his studio, Sassolino has created a number of beautiful two-dimensional objects that he sees as filters, not paintings. This was done by placing gritted metal frames in front of the fan and blowing the various materials through it. There are several metal grits in each frame, placed one after the other or behind the other, so that the materials filtered out could be affixed. Thus we see, composed in all-over structures, assemblages of natural and poor materials. Unlike Italian arte povera, however, it is not the poetry of the material that is crucial here, but its very existence as something exposed to the wind, the eponymous mighty void. The materials were cast by this void into the form ultimately to be seen by way of, if you want, a mechanical écriture automatique, and thus by a rather objective process. Before I finish this short introduction, let me tell you a few words on Sassolino himself. He was born in 1967 in Vicenza, where he also lives and works. He came to visual art after a career as an engineer. In 2016, he had a large solo exhibition in the Frankfurter Kunstverein. And currently, he is participating in the architectural Venice Biennial with a huge sculpture made from aluminum. It is a cube that is comparable to the one we had been lucky to show in 2018, Piccolo Animismo. Again, air and its power are playing an important role, but different to the mighty void which we have upstairs. The experience of the air in the Piccolo Animismo is not as violent and direct and bodily as it is in our current exhibition. And now, three more definitely final things. Number one, the show will be on view until the end of June and you still have some time to experience it. Number two, the filters as well as the fan are for sale. Please contact the gallery for the prices. And last but not least, I would like to express a great thank you to the Stiftung Kunstfonds and their program Neustart Kultur. Without that support, this show would not have been possible. Bye-bye.